Hi there and thanks for stopping by. My name is Gavin Fish. This is my channel. Today we're continuing our look at victims and possible victims of the Zodiac killer in commemoration of solving the 340 cipher late last year. August 6th, 1968. James M. Gardner had only been out of the Navy for about a year. He had served as an electrician's mate third class aboard the USS Banner. It was the era of the Vietnam conflict. His brother, Lawrence, was killed in action the month after his discharge aboard the aircraft carrier Coral Sea. Another brother was also serving in the Navy, stationed in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. It was about 3 p.m. when James said goodbye to his mother, Mary, and left for work from Santa Ana, California on a motorcycle he had purchased the day before. James Gardner was 21 years old, almost 22. He stood tall at 6 foot 4 inches, and he had a muscular build. He had taken the skills he'd learned in the Navy and put them to good use, working the night shift for aircraft manufacturer McDonnell Douglas in nearby Long Beach, California. During the day, he was a student at either California State University Long Beach or Long Beach City College. There are conflicting reports about which. 11.5 hours later, he was found dead on the north shoulder of the Ward Street overpass by a passing driver who was driving on the San Diego freeway. 75 feet away, his motorcycle lay on its side. It was presumed that he had been involved in a fatal accident, and his body was taken to the Orange County morgue. The last person to see James Gardner alive was Marilyn George. The two had met 5 months previous and had tentatively set a wedding date for the following April 5th. He had dropped by her house after work. He didn't stay long because she was feeling poorly. The last thing he said to her was, "I'll see you tomorrow." Shortly after James Gardner's body arrived at the morgue, it was discovered that, in addition to the broken neck he suffered in the crash, he had been shot 5 times. Once in the heart, once in the neck, once in the lungs, and twice in the abdomen. Dr. David Katsuyama, who performed the autopsy, stated that the neck break happened post-mortem. Fountain Valley police rushed back to the San Diego freeway shoulder where he was found to process the area for what it was, a crime scene. By the following morning, police told reporters their working theory. A car pulled up alongside James's motorcycle, traveling 50 to 60 miles per hour, and fired repeatedly at almost point-blank range from a semi-automatic .22 caliber handgun. 5 bullets struck James Gardner in the chest and abdomen. He rode another 300 feet, which would have lasted only 3.5 to 4 seconds before crashing his motorcycle. Investigators surmised by the number of shots that were fired and the accuracy that it would have taken traveling at 50 to 60 miles per hour that there were probably at least 2 killers, 1 driver and 1 shooter. 3 .22 caliber cartridge cases were found near the scene, as well as 1 slug. Police told reporters that they were looking for 1 more slug matching the 3 that were taken from James Gardner's body. ballistics tests were performed that matched the cases with the slugs they recovered. As the weeks passed and investigators pieced more information together, they informed reporters that James Gardner had actually been shot with a .22 caliber rifle, not a handgun. The first shot came from the rear and slightly to the side. The following 4 shots were broadside and just ahead. This indicates that he slowed down after being hit the first time. But that was all they had. They didn't have any new clues, nor motive, nor suspects. They could only assume James Gardner was the victim of a thrill killer, murdered by someone he didn't know. On its face, the murder of James Gardner doesn't sound to me very much like a Zodiac killing. I mean, there aren't any confirmed Zodiac cases that happened from a moving car. But there are some similarities that are hard to miss, especially if you consider the cases of Johnny and Joyce Swindle, who were shot by a sniper using a .22 caliber rifle, and Robert Domingos and Linda Edwards, who were shot with a .22 caliber gun, likely a rifle. Ray Davis, the cab driver in Oceanside, California, was also gunned down with a .22, though that one was a handgun. The other thing that strikes me is that, as I learn about several of these cases, police attribute the crime to a, quote, thrill killer, as they did with the Swindles and Domingos and Edwards. So, what do you think? Could James Gardner have been a victim of the Zodiac killer? Could the Zodiac have had an accomplice, as police thought? Leave your comments below. Unfortunately, like all victims of the Zodiac killer at the time I'm making this video, the case of the murder of James Gardner is still unsolved. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below.